questions. We're trying to give you information to keep you informed, but also for your participation. So don't hesitate if you have follow-up questions for us on any of these things. So there's a few items we're going to hit, and we're going to hit them somewhat quickly. The first regards our budget. Our church budget, we're sort of beyond mid-year. We're at three-quarter point. So just two things regarding our budget. Our operating budget, in one sense, I want you to hear this, our giving trend line right now is down the last few months. So we don't know why that is. Our attendance isn't down. Attendance is actually up. But our giving trend line has been down really for this part of the year. We're not overly concerned about that, but it does get our attention. Here's what I do want you to hear. Our operating budget is still in a very good position. We're actually going to exceed our income projections, and we're going to be lower than our expenditure projections, which is always a good way to live. That's what you want to hear. Your family budget, right? More income than expenses. So that's what we're in. So we're in a good financial position. I'm just telling you the trend line is down. We're still above budget as far as what we were expecting, but the trend line is down a bit. And folks, I want to just thank Lisa DeFazio for all the hard work she does with our church finances. So Lisa right there, thank you. She does an excellent job, and she keeps the eldership very well informed. We meet with her monthly, and she keeps us very well informed, pretty much monthly, very well informed with where we are, and she does that with excellence and care. The second thing is regarding our building fund, which we announced and we took last week. I know people give through that throughout the year. Our goal for the building fund this year, this budget year, was $50,000. That was our internal goal. Right now, we stand at a little over $36,000 for our building fund. That's money, again, that goes directly to principal, which really helps us. Next year, we're going to emphasize a little bit more, because next year is one of the years that resets. Our interest rate doesn't reset, but the mortgage, how they amortize it resets. So next year is a bigger year. So our goal was $50,000 this year. We're at a little over $36,000. Just so you are aware of that. All right, the next update comes from Scott, and he has a building item for us.
All right, I think this is on. If we could put the slide up with the diagram. The reason I'm up here is because you as church members, we're going to try and remind you as quickly as possible of how to safely leave this room. Sometimes people have fire drills. Don't do it now. Yeah. Stay in your seats. Stay in your seats. But just so you're aware, and there's two situations in which you would be asked to leave this room in an emergency type situation. One is the fire alarm would go off. If the fire alarm ever goes off, just go. And go the way we are explaining here. But from this room or any other part of the building, leave through an emergency exit. So if the fire alarm, don't wait for someone to tell you to leave. Leave the building, and we're actually required by law to do that. If we leave from this room, those who are in stadium seating, which stadium seating would be the back here, the upper section here, it's good for you to go out those doors here. So I'm pointing to that exit door and that exit door. If you're on the floor here, it's good for you to go out exit doors that are actually right over there. See that a fire extinguisher on the wall? And there's an exit door there, a double set. You want to go out that way. That way the folks who are up here can get out and they don't trip over those who are down here. So in the event of an emergency, that would either be someone from up here saying, please, we need to leave the room. It'd be a verbal like that, or you'd hear the alarm go off. If you hear the alarm go off, don't hesitate. Go. Leave your stuff. Go. If we could have the next slide. Just remember, these are some things to remember as we do this. Don't get your children in children's ministry. We will evacuate them outside. So when you go out the doors, you want to move away from the building, go to a safe distance. If you have children in children's ministry, they're being cared for, they're being evacuated as well. So you don't have to go, what you don't want is people going out this way and trying to get their child from children's ministry in an emergency. You want to get out of the building. Once you're outside the building, you can go to them, okay? The idea is to get you safely out of the building. Number two, don't go to the lobby from the auditorium. Go out the side doors, because other people are using actually these areas here in the auditorium to get outside. So the best way, and this is how it's designed, is for you to go out these side doors here. And finally, listen for instructions. But again, if an alarm sounds, just go out, okay? So here's our 4 doors, 2 on this side, 2 on this side. Floor, you're out that one. Upstairs, you're out those. That's all I have to tell you.
All right. So that's, hopefully we will never have that. I think recently, last week, there's a short somewhere in the building that we're trying to find, and it does trip the alarm. So it was like regular, but hopefully we'll all deal with that and you'll know what's going on. All right, 2 other things that I have for this morning. The next areas, these are things that relate to our church staff. And first, folks, we want you to understand, we are elder-led, but we're not elder-run in the sense that the elders do all the work. There's literally nothing we do as a church. We don't get enormous support, creative thoughts, and help from our church staff. They love the church. They carry this church in their heart. This is not just a job to them. They carry the church in their hearts, and they love to serve. So I want to just take a moment to honor these ladies, because we don't do this without them, and we want you to understand how important they are to us, but also how important they are to you and to the mission of our church. So can we honor, and I want to ask them to stand when I do this, Lisa DeFazio, Gina Markley, and Julie Moon. So could you ladies please stand? Ladies, we thank God for you. Not only do they work hard, they make our office a blast. We laugh. We have a lot of fun in the office. It's a great environment, and that's really in large part due to them. The guys, we just sort of do our work, hunker down on our offices. They bring a lot of life to what we do, and we are so grateful for them. Now, second thing regarding the church staff. Other than Julie Moon, and this is not a work day for them. It is a work day for Julie because she runs our children's ministry. But for the other ladies, Lisa and Gina, this is not a work day for them. So while they love to serve, we want this to be a day of spiritual refreshment for them. Okay? This is not their work day. Now, I understand somebody saying, I only have a small question. But think about what 10 small questions can do to your day. And sometimes when you're in one mode where you're engaging and a question takes you out of that engagement just for a moment. It's right, interrupted. We all can live in interrupted lives. Now again, they love to serve. Okay? They do. That's their heart. This is really our heart to want to protect them in one sense. We want this to be a day of spiritual refreshment for them. So, as much as possible, don't ask them work questions on Sunday. And here's what I would tell you. Text them work questions that they can address on Monday. Or email them would be better, actually. In fact, let me say it this way. Please email them. Text messages have a way of interrupting your day. Okay? Now, maybe it's just some old school. They interrupt your day. You hear it, you look at it. It's already creating distraction. An email can be just sit there and you see it the next day. So if you could email them if you have a question. Again, this is not coming from them. They're not struggling. We want to just care for them. It's a way we do care for them and honor them and all the work they do for us, because it's just not close to a 9-to-5 job. That's not what this kind of job is. So please don't ask them questions, work questions. Send them an email, and they can then respond to you the following week, hopefully on Monday or Tuesday. All right, and then finally, and this is both a reminder and an exhortation. Please work to be at church early on Sundays. Okay, please work to be at church early on Sundays. We believe our call to worship and our singing time is important, and it's a way that we honor God. Okay, it's just a way we honor God. It's a way we honor people that are serving us. And being early does a couple things. One, it gives you opportunity to fellowship with people. Just little brief conversations. How are you doing? What's going on? It's just a way to connect. Secondly, it helps you prepare your heart for worship. And even, by the way, connecting with people and fellowship, that warms your heart to worship. And then sort of a settledness rather than a rushness will help you, I think, prepare your heart for worship. Now, here's where I think that starts, folks. particularly those with children, it starts the night before. Okay, you probably need to think, I was not home. I've really never been home getting my family ready for church because I'm here early. So my wife for the last 30-some years got our kids ready, gets herself ready, and it was like clothes were laid out the night before, and actually what we're going to eat for breakfast was decided the night before. So there wasn't a lot of decision-making Sunday morning. It was like, we're up, and there was just habit. We do this, then you do this. And so walk through that, again, for everybody. I don't lay out my clothes, but I do ask permission, usually the night before. Sweetie, do these things match? You know, I do. I'm like, I have much more peace when I'm like, okay, she said they matched, I'm okay. Otherwise, if I have to get out in the morning, she's not around for some reason, I'm like, okay, now I'm really lost. And now it's a complete chance if I'm going to show up embarrassing you or not. So please think about that. Come early. Be here on time so we can enter worship together, hear the call to worship, and really prepare our hearts to honor our Lord. So that's all we have, folks. Finance, building, staff, and be here on time. God bless you and enjoy the rest of the day.